What's going on, guys? This is still June 25th, 2018. So this article, I read through the entire thing. I thought, wow, what a good article, which I usually don't say about cryptocurrency articles. But this is a very good one. And I ended up checking who wrote the article. And of course, it was none other than Joseph Young. He is somebody that I have really, really had a lot of faith and a lot of, I guess, admiration. I really think he does really good work. He's very intelligent. And so this is him. He has 80,000 followers on Twitter. And so, yeah, of course, a very good article. And it was backed by the fact that it was written by this person who I think is very good in the crypto space, and somebody should definitely follow. So, yeah, I'll leave a link to his Twitter account in the description there if you guys want to give him a follow. So I just want to read through this article very briefly and then kind of talk about it a little bit. And this is something, before we get into it, this is something that Nicholas Merton has really been calling for. He said if ETFs were implemented in 2018, he could see Bitcoin going up to 50,000 US dollars. He actually just posted a video like an hour or two ago talking about ETFs again and how important and crucial they would be for success of the cryptocurrency market and institutional money flooding again for the next rally. But according to a cryptocurrency research group, the Bitcoin price could increase to over 35,000 with the emergence of a Bitcoin exchange traded fund, ETF, which isn't that far away. And again, Nicholas Merton predicted like over 50,000 for Bitcoin. So that would spell insane volume for the cryptocurrency market as a whole. We'd see Litecoin shoot up, hopefully. But yeah, road to 35,000 institutional investors or ETFs. Prominent investors, including Ari Paul, the co-founder of BlockTower, a cryptocurrency hedge fund founded by former Goldman Sachs executive, has said that the next midterm rally will likely be triggered by institutional investors, potentially before the end of 2018. Paul said the last barrier preventing institutional investors from entering the cryptocurrency market is the lack of trusted custodianship and a suite of institutional cryptocurrency products. Upon the completion of Coinbase's custodian solutions and the approval of digital asset companies to operate as custodians, institutional investors may enter the cryptocurrency market. Paul said institutional money started trickling into cryptocurrency in mid-2017, but it's been slower than many expected. That doesn't mean that it's not coming. There are a lot of pieces that need to come together, and one big piece being third-party custody. Custody is not binary. It's like Coinbase. It's not like Coinbase custody will launch and suddenly every pension will throw 100 million into Bitcoin. It takes time for custody solutions to gain trustworthiness, but I think we'll have solid third-party custody by September of this year. So that would only be about 2 months away, seeing as how we're a few days away from July. The entrance of institutional investors. Actually, and before I read the next sentence, I know myself as well as everyone else was saying like the market will get back on track in March. This was back in January and February. In March, and then we'd say like April, and then everyone would kind of push it back a month. But I really do think specifically the last few months, people haven't really been giving like, oh, next month it'll be fine, because there is that capitulation, in my opinion. There's a lot of fear in the market, or just sheer uninterest in the market, which is good in a bear market especially. But I really do think that, and this lines up with a lot of people that I've been watching as well, that fall of this year could potentially bring some more volume into the market. Again, it's also possible this entire year could be a bear market. If that were the case, I probably wouldn't be talking about this article, because Bitcoin ETFs would change that landscape, and I do think it would be a much more positive thing for the entire cryptocurrency community. And specifically, if it would happen around the fall, first of all, it's not that far away. And second of all, it would line up with what a lot of people have been saying since about April. So since for the past 2 or 3 months, people have been saying like, wait for end of summer, fall. That's when things could really kind of get back on track. And again, this is just my opinion here before we continue on to the article. I know that there have been bear markets that have lasted 1 to 3 years in the past. I think beginning in like 2013 to 2016. And it's always possible that we could see that. We could always see another 1 to 3 year bear market. But just solely based on how awareness is going, and I really think how things progress, how cryptocurrency is really out there. Cryptocurrency is known on a much wider scale than 2013 by like, much more. Many more people know about cryptocurrency, especially what happened at the end of 2017. By far, so far in cryptocurrency, 2017 was the biggest year by a landslide. So I think that awareness, if anything, will change the landscape and potentially prevent us from going into bear markets that last 1 to 3 years. So the entrance of institutional investors into the cryptocurrency market is not the only way major digital assets like Bitcoin can increase massively in value. The emergence of publicly tradable instruments like ETFs could also fuel the next rally. And researchers at Ironwood believe that ETFs will be the fuel of the next midterm rally. Undoubtedly, the market is in the midst of a bad correction, in fact, the third worst correction since 2014 so far. The Bitcoin price has fallen 65% from their all-time highs, and retail investors have started to become more pessimistic in the short-term trend of the market. But as it did in 2010, 2014, and 16, the market is seeing an accumulation period during which companies start to build products, and infrastructures that are necessary to fuel the next rally. Michael Strutton, the CEO at Ironwood, explained in a column that if an ETF is approved by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, anyone with a 401k, IRA, or an investment account with brokers like Fidelity and Ameriprise Financial can easily invest in the Bitcoin market. Strutton noted that the result of a Bitcoin ETF could be the price of BTC rising to at least 26 and below 44,000, he said. And again, Data Dash or Nicholas Merton predicted over 50,000, so higher than what this article is saying. If ETFs add 24 million US investors and the upward momentum adds 14 million from the rest of the world, then that adds 84 billion and 336 billion respectively to the market. Over the past 6 months, Bitcoin's market cap has swung from 326 to 110 billion. According to adding 420 billion to the market cap could put Bitcoin's price range from 26 to 44,000 US dollars. And so the final paragraph here, or the final little section here, state of ETFs. The Winklevoss twins, who currently oversee a major cryptocurrency exchange based in the US called Gemini, are working on their own exchange-traded fund called Coin. SolidX, who had their ETF turned down by the SEC last year, has partnered with Van Eck to increase its chances of being approved by the SEC. And so far, I just want to point out, a lot of things coming out by the SEC are very bullish news for cryptocurrency. They've really, especially with what they came out with Ethereum last, like maybe a week or two ago, not being securities, has been very good. So I really don't see the SEC as being a huge obstacle right now and in the future. Right now, so far, everything coming out so far has been pretty good. Eric Balchunas, an ETF analyst at Bloomberg, said that a collaboration with Van Eck, an ETF manager that oversees 70 ETFs and 45 billion, could pay off and drastically increase the probability of a Bitcoin ETF being approved by the US government. So I know I read that pretty fast. I combed through that pretty fast. I wanted to because there was a decent amount in there. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Again, this is bullish for all cryptocurrency. If an ETF for Bitcoin would come out, it would bring so much life into the market, and it could be maybe like the biggest or only catalyst that we're really looking forward to in 2018 to get things back on track. So yeah, leave a comment below if you would like. Please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.